What's happening, folks? Welcome back to Celtic Fans TV. It's time for the starting 11 prediction for the penultimate league game of the season tomorrow at home against St Johnstone. This nightmare of a season is almost over. There's only 180 minutes left. That means you only need to watch this and one more pointless starting 11 prediction that I'm going to do this season. Tomorrow's obviously significant because it's Scott Brown's last game at Celtic Park as a Celtic player. An absolutely unbelievable servant for the club. I wish that it was a better situation, that he was getting a send-off in a full stadium at the end of a better season than this has been, but hey-ho, it is what it is. As I say, he's been absolutely unbelievable for Celtic over the past 13, 14 years, and it'll be sad to see him go. It's crazy to think about Scott Brown, one, not playing for Celtic, but also two, playing for another team in the Scottish Premiership. We're going to see him in an Aberdeen shirt next season, and that just seems mad to me. I can't even picture it. Before we get in to the team for tomorrow, I have to tell you about our sponsors, OneFootball. The OneFootball app is the best football app on the planet. You can get line-up notifications as soon as the teams are announced on match days. You can get pre-match stats for all of Celtic's games as well. You can keep tabs on league tables as well, but why would you want to do that at this stage of the season? Top goal scorers, assist makers, you name it, you'll find it all there on the app. You can add widgets to your home screen as well. You can download the app for free by clicking the link in the description of this video. It's free wherever you get your apps on your phone, and it's a great way for you to support Celtic Fans TV. So if you haven't downloaded it already, click the link below to get involved and let me know what you think. Coming into this one, St Johnstone obviously on a high after securing a place in the Scottish Cup final with their 2-1 victory over St Mirren. At the weekend, I watched that game. I've been really impressed with St Johnstone this season. I think Callum Davidson's done a really good job. They're much easier on the eye than they used to be under Tommy Wright. They've got some good young players there. And it's a phenomenal achievement for St Johnstone to win the Betfred Cup, to win the League Cup, and then to follow up by getting to the Scottish Cup final. A possibility, a double for St Johnstone. They've been absolutely fantastic this season, and they deserve all the plaudits that they've got. For us, this is totally dead rubber. There's nothing to play for. As I say, significant because it's Scott Brown's last home league match for Celtic, but there's absolutely nothing on the line. I don't expect to see wholesale changes. We've talked about this to death in the last few months. There's no point in making wholesale changes for 2 games. There might be 1 or 2 changes, but I'd expect it to be much the same team that we've seen in the last 3 or 4 games. So we'll start in goals. That is where we will see a change because John Kennedy's confirmed that Scott Bain picked up a finger injury. At Ibrox, that must have been picking the ball at his net because he didn't make any saves, that's for sure. Barkas has got to come in. If it's not Barkas tomorrow, we may as well just sell him now. Like, if we're going to put Conor Hazard in and still just leave Barkas out in the cold with Bain injured, I mean, what's the point? It's got to be Barkas. At right back, I'd expect it to be John Joe Kenny again. At centre half, Welsh and Aya will probably continue their partnership. At left back, I expect Greg Taylor to start. Diego Laxalt might come back in, but I mean, we were so poor at Ibrox. I don't know who you can justify starting and who you can't. But I think it will be Taylor at left back. In midfield, Scott Brown will obviously start and captain the team. As I say, his last game at Celtic Park. Alongside him will be Callum McGregor. In front of them in the 10 position, David Turnbull. On the right hand side, I think it will be James Forrest. On the left hand side, I expect it to be El Yunusi. As I say, Johnston is back fit, I think, but I just don't expect him to start. And up front, I'd expect it to be Edouard. You can make a case all throughout the team for starting some of the fringe players, some of the youth players, but it hasn't happened to this point. It's certainly not going to happen for the last 2 games. As I say, it's only 180 minutes until this season is over and we can really start looking to the future, and hopefully we get an announcement very soon. We've been talking about this again for weeks and weeks, months now. The Eddie Howe rumours rumble on, and they did again take another spike at the weekend there, that the announcement was going to be imminent at the end of this week, start of next week. I think it has to be, whatever the announcement is. We've got to reach a conclusion so we can start planning for next season, because it's not long at all until the qualifiers start. You think about the size of the rebuild that we've got on. We've got to get a new manager in as soon as possible. I hope it is Eddie Howe, and I really hope that we can get that closure on this season and then just start looking forward to next season. And as I say, the rebuild that we're all looking forward to, it will give us a freshness. It will give us an impetus and something to look forward to next season, and maybe a bit of excitement back, because I know that this season, for the last 7 or 8 months, there's been very little excitement for me in watching Celtic, and that's unusual. We've been sitting in the house watching the games under lockdown, and the team have performed so poorly, so this season has been a total drag. So it'll be brilliant to close out this season, get a new manager in, and look forward to next season with some sort of excitement. That's it for the starting 11 prediction. Like the video, comment with your own thoughts below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We'll be back tomorrow after the game with all the live full-time reaction as usual. Cheers.